these three markets are trying to go higher, 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 okay? They are trying higher, 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 okay? And then you have DS, okay? And DS is just my hand here holding this down, okay? Like the other markets are trying. And DS is kind of just pulling them back down, okay? And they're trying. But there will come a point where either you see DS finally buyers come in, or on the other hand, if the other markets just kind of manage to rip out of DS a little bit too much, and then DS has to pull with it, and this therefore triggers a lot of also this is then a kind of short squeeze on the S, okay? And then the S finally goes, and then the other markets go with it, okay? Like this. That's just how I see it, okay? So hello YouTube, and welcome to my trading channel, Trading Your Trades. So today I want to continue making the course about order flow trading and in general like my trading style, and I want to talk about correlations with you guys because I do think they are very important. I've picked up on them like pretty recently, I'd say, and also I'm not any sort of expert or pro trader whatsoever, okay? So just that way I'm still developing, I'm still learning, and traders better than I am, okay? So Fat Cat, my main trader I look up to, he kind of preaches correlations all the time, so I've looked more into them as well, started implementing them in my trading, and they're working very well for me and my style and for my general understanding of the market. So I want to talk to you guys how I use them, and also let me know in the comments in this video, please, if you use correlations whatsoever and how you use them, okay? Because I think they are a huge benefit to trading, and I just want to know how you use them as well, because obviously they can be used in different ways. So with that being said, I kind of want to jump, first I want to explain the setup, and then I want to jump into a trade I took on Friday, okay? So basically, you do see here, here you do have my ES chart, and here you have my NQ chart, okay? I personally like the 2000 tick ES chart. That's just kind of from the time frame here, something I like, okay? So I use a 2000 tick ES chart, and then I use a 1500 tick NQ chart. Why do I use the different charts? Because if you look at it, okay, if you look at price action on those, I do think they are similar. Like the NQ has a little bit less volume and trades transacted than ES, so therefore you need to adjust the ticks by a little bit to make them look kind of similar, okay? And what I found like suits the best is 2000, 2500. Obviously do whatever you want, but that's just for me, okay? Then when it comes to my DOMs, okay, after all, we order flow traders, or at least for our entries, I do use an 8 tick compression. It's a lot, so 8 ticks is a big tick compression. So basically what this means is every price on my DOM and the NQ, so this is the NQ here, is 8 ticks, so it's 2 points. You see 92, 94, 96, okay? I know, I'm aware that I do miss a lot of stuff if I do use it like that, but I want to look for precise, let's say for precise ticks, top ticks, bottom ticks. I want to look at the chart anyways, okay? So for example, right here you see me kind of holding over this here, okay? I want to see if this bottom ticks here, so I'm gonna looking at the chart as well. So but I want to look the 8 tick compression, because 8 tick compression then therefore has the same volatility roughly like 1 tick on the S, okay? So like every 1 tick, if the ES moves by 1 tick, it's like 8 ticks on the NQ, basically, like kinda, okay? Like obviously not 100%, but kinda, okay? So just what I found like works for me, I guess. Let's put it that way. I know some people like to use 4 ticks, which is fine as well. I've played around with 4 ticks as well. Now I've started using 2. It just slows everything down a little bit more, which I like, okay? So yeah, so let's continue with this trade. So here I want to long the ES. Okay, so in this trade on Friday I wanted to long the ES, and you can also go back and then kind of watch the market replay here. So basically what both markets, I don't want to go so far back now. Anyways, so both markets, so the ES kind of bottom ticked already here. If you look on the NQ also kind of bottom ticked here, okay, kind of rallied. And now I'm basically looking for a long entry, okay, so we have the bottom tick here. I don't know, I remember now, to be honest, precisely if this was in fact a bottom tick, if we do it have some range here in the left, I honestly don't remember, okay, but you can go back, but I do think that's pivoted hard of it on the yes. We have a bottom tick on the NQ, so right now I'm looking for kind of a long entry on the yes, maybe back to this area here, okay. On the NQ, sorry, on the NQ. I looked for a long on the NQ, like maybe back up here. And I want to see how we do, okay. Sorry, I have the NQ here. So I want to look for a long entry. Basically, like right now you hear me typing, looking for a long entry on the NQ. So, but the S was a little bit weak on the day. So what I do want to see here, like I want to see the S hold here, okay, or bottom tick this for me to enter on the NQ trade. I need to put my camera away here that you see it better. So okay, because also like you see the NQ kind of holding here, okay, NQ holds stronger, but the S is pushing the lows again, okay, so the S is at the lows again, pushing the lows here, okay, and you really want to see the S hold here, okay, because if the S gives out and flushes, this is probably gonna drag the NQ with it, because you gotta remember those markets always work a little bit together, okay, and if they break like a crucial bottom, and if this bottom is not in yet and we have more downside on the S, like then obviously I think the Qs won't hold either, and then probably follow, or at least we see a bottom on them as well. So now I'm watching the ES closely here. So right now I'm watching, I want to join the NQ trade, okay, so I want to join on the NQs here long, but I'm watching the ES, okay, so I'm watching the ES. 50 S kind of just bottom ticks here. You can hear me say it. You can see me say it here in the stream. So if the S bottom ticks here, then I'm longing the Qs, okay. I do think the Qs were stronger here, or have more potential here to run. And if basically that's just what I said, okay. Like I want to see the S kind of bottom tick this, because now like they kind of like okay, they kind of like went too many times into this low, okay. The more a price kind of just attacks a low, like here, okay, like they kind of like if on the auction vista you can see it so clearly, okay, like when the price goes okay, and trades volume into it, and we had a trade earlier down here as well. I kind of want to see a bottom tick before I long this, okay. This is not gonna hold. More often than not, it's a feel thing, okay, like obviously it can hold, but you kind of want to see this at least bottom tick, like you want to see this bump, and then it's good to go, or obviously it just can go down, okay, but you don't really want to long into this, in my opinion at least. That's what works for me. So here I'm still looking, so now you do get this bottom tick, okay, now you do get this bottom tick, this boof, okay, so this is now the sign for me to long the Qs, okay. Here you see me, okay, now you see me, okay, long NQ, okay, like this was a bottom tick, this was a quick flush, poof, okay, come back up, now I'm long the NQ, okay. Now it's not the cleanest, to be honest here, like that's not the cleanest. So if you look at it, I rewind this for you, okay. Again, like these bottom ticks are so important. Like I think this is like so important. Like if something like okay, like goes into this price all the time, then you kind of want to see it flush, okay. And either it flush and goes, or it kind of ba-bam, okay. And if it goes ba-bam, then it's most of the time kind of the bottom, or you see some sort of revert to the mean. Okay, so these 278s here on the yes, I guess, maybe higher. Okay, but obviously it can just flush through as well. But then if it flushes through, it has to go and then hold on the offer. Okay, so it has to go. Okay, like boom, 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 and you need to see continuous selling, and you don't really want to see it backtick, if that makes some sort of sense, I guess.
Long the cues.
So here, bam, you see this bam, and immediately reclaim.
Long cues.
But then it came back down here and hit 2-3 times into it. So I guess like this wasn't the best bottom tick, to be honest. Like I want to be honest with you guys here. Like this wasn't the best bottom tick. Still long the cues here, so it's fine, I guess. But it wasn't the cleanest, I guess. Like, and you do see it come back here. Like right now, honestly, like now in hindsight, reviewing this in hindsight, I don't know. Like I don't know. But that's like also a thing that I want to work on now. If I've just put on my trade because of an idea or whatnot, like I want to hold it. I have my stop in place, roughly where I want to get out at, and then I just hold it because I usually always overmanage trades. And you only see it here tick twice, the 76s on the S here, which is okay, I guess. And it did hit the 76.25s a lot of times. So this ain't the ideal here, like it ain't perfect, but it is what it is, I guess. Now you do see buying come in.
Long in the cues, back up here again.
Now you do see strong buying in come in here on all markets. So that's what I thought, like 78 is obviously then some sort of resistance. So if this happens, like bam, most of the time it just goes back at least to the mean, which it did happen here. So we do see some selling here again, but that's to be expected. And here, and then you're kind of looking at 70 to 25s, I guess, on the yes, if you want to be ultra precise here. So if you look at this curve, like maybe here or here, like for now you kind of go bam, 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 bam. So I'd love to see now a bottom tick here to 77.25s and then a continuation. Let's see what happens. Now they are kind of absorbing the 50s here. Now buyers are coming in. Do see able to hold them the bid very well here. Now you do see this flush, but this should reclaim super fast now.
Like this rejection on the yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. You hear me say it. I don't know if you can hear my voice here on the stream. So I didn't like the rejection on the S here. Like this should have bottom tick the 25s, okay, or 50s, 25s, 70s. Like it should get bound, okay. I was still holding the trade, but I didn't like this. But thank you, Hella holds well. The other markets also kind of holding well, so I do see a lot of selling into the lows here on the yes. So the yes looks super weak, especially compared to the other markets. So I'm really like, yeah, in terms of correlation, like now that the 75s are really absorbing here, but there are lots of selling pressure into them. So I don't know, but the other markets are just pushing. And then again, we are here talking about correlations. So once again, like since all these other markets are pushing, like it's more likely that the S is wrong in my opinion. The other markets are pushing, so probably the S is kind of lagging behind. So let's say if three markets are kind of pushing, and I think the S is wrong, I guess you could say. And And this then could lead to a huge move up, because now a lot of sellers on the S is stuck, and if you gotta imagine the S is like a weight pulling the entire market down, okay, because they're all correlated. And once the S once the other markets are too strong, okay, now let's make it bigger so I can explain it, okay. So you have oops, not the best with OBS. So you gotta remember, okay, so you have the ES, you have all the other markets pushing higher, okay, they're trying to get higher, but they can't, they're trying, all these three markets, okay. And then you have here, you have the ES, okay, like the ES is like, you have, let's say, okay, this pen are the other markets, okay, all the other markets. Let's say I have like, so we're here like in office, so I have three, okay. We have these three markets, okay. These three markets are trying to go higher, okay. They are trying higher, okay. And then you have the S, okay. And the S is just my hand here holding this down, okay. Like the other markets are trying, and the S is kind of just pulling them back down, okay. And they're trying. But there will come a point where either you see the S finally buyers come in, or on the other hand, if the other markets just kind of manage to rip out of the S a little bit too much, and then the S has to pull with it, and this therefore triggers a lot of also this is then a kind of short squeeze on the S, okay, and then the S finally goes, and then the other markets go with it, okay. Okay, like this. That's just how I see it. Okay, so sorry about the demonstration here, but yeah, that's just what I want to say here, basically.
I do like this.
So we did have a 1/0 here.
Don't like how much volume we trade.
So you hear me say like, I don't like how much volume we trade. I like the 1/0 here, but then it's just too much volume in the low and the S. So I really like, I'm kind of thinking, I'm not sure about this NQ trade. And you can also, wait, sorry, gotta make myself small again. So you can also see NQ is kind of sitting here at the high of this range, and yes, is at the low of this range, okay. The other markets are also trying to go higher. So, and now you finally see, some buyers come in here.
Amount of volume we're trading in the
on the
S
S
into
store.
the lows.
Now, like we see finally buyers come in on the
Might
S
wanna
as
move
well,
to
okay.
break even here.
You see the NQ is holding very well here, so that's why I like the 8 ticket compression, because it's just similar to the. And now finally we see buyers come in on the S here, okay. And this just what I'm
here.
now you can see on the NQ, okay. Like now that the ES finally has buyers, like the NQ is just going, okay. You gotta remember, like each tick on the NQ is like 2 points, okay. So that's a lot if this moves by a tick here. I actually wanna maybe set this to 1
hold
tick.
this a little bit longer here.
Now I'm kind of watching, okay. Now I'm kind of watching. So the NQ kind of broke out here. Now the S is kind of at the top of this range, okay. So I'm thinking like, okay, let's see, because NQ already broke out of this range. So maybe the S wants to follow, okay. Like maybe S also wants to break out of this range here, okay. And if they do, like the NQ could really go, okay. That's just what I'm thinking. Also, like the S is like same principle we had earlier at the bottom, okay. Like the S is just ramming into this, okay. Just ramming into this high here. So chances are high that at least we get a top tick or a puke here, okay. At this point. And if this pukes,
S break 80 though.
like you hear me say it, I need to see S break 80. I think I wrote it now in TixSquad as well. Now like they kind of trying to break 80 here. Now they did break this, okay, like boom, okay, you see S go here. Obviously, and Q just flies, okay. Flies is like kind of overrated, but yeah, it's a lot, it's a big move on the Qs. So Now ES is like kind of showing some signs of weakness here. So I don't like how they're rejecting 80 here. Could be still, could just be a pullback though, but not so sure. Like
Giving us one more shot.
yeah, now I'm giving AS one more shot here. Like I said, like I'm trying to give you an AS one more shot. Really, like, and this is what I'm talking when I mean correlations. Like I'm
really looking more on the S here for this Q trade, to be honest.
yeah, just like
Like
you hear me say now in the stream. Okay, like looking more on the S. It's more important for me what happens at 80 on the AS for the NQ trade than actually what's happening on the NQ. Okay, because if the S breaks the 80, it breaks out of this. It breaks out of this
yeah, it is. But
out of this volume area here, and probably moving higher to 82, 83ish. Okay,
it's fine, I guess.
Which it does, and this gonna bring the other markets with it, because NQ is on this day like kind of stronger than ESU, so this just kind of pushes NQ higher now. Okay, which you see now happening. Okay, now we are at 80 here again. We see a lot of buying into the 80 here. Okay, but sellers also trying.
Trading here.
But it's still a good sign. Why? Like lots of volume trading at the high or low is a good sign if you're approaching that low. Okay. Why? Because of value. Okay. I talked about it in the other video the other day. Okay. But basically about in my market making video, I kind of talked about it to some extent, I guess. But I want to explain this real quick as well. I might make an entire video on it. Let's say you're kind of in an uptrend. Okay. You're moving higher with price. Okay. Let's make myself big again. Okay. So let's say you move higher. Okay, you move higher. What does this mean? If you move higher and there is still a lot of volume trading at the highs. Okay, like it's happening here. Okay, like we do see price trade higher here. Okay, here. So we do see price trade higher. Okay, on the DOM. And then we see lots of volume trade here. Okay, lots of volume. What does this mean? Okay, like it means, at least in my point of view, it means that a lot of people are willing to transact there. Okay, lots of people are willing to buy and lots of people are willing to sell there. This means it's still somewhat of a fair price. Okay, so if we come up to a level and then we trade there for a longer period of time, chances are higher, in my opinion, that the move is not over yet. Okay, you might get a slight pullback and then a continuation higher, or you can just go higher, but it's kind of like the fair price, okay, or value or whatever you want to call it, is shifting higher. Okay, so you kind of see it go higher, it trades volume, okay, accumulates higher, so this becomes now an area of fair price for people. Okay, so yeah. So there are people transacting. So chances are high that the buyers want to at least drive this a little bit higher and to find somewhere higher. To, if there are still sellers, the sellers want to kind of then move away and let the buyers like try to find higher. Okay, and it's only over for me a move. Okay, if you get kind of a top or a bottom tick. Okay, that's then for me a sign that obviously you don't always get them, but that's for me then a sign that the move is over. Okay, or could be over potentially. Obviously it's not always over when you see a bottom or top tick, but it's potentially over. Why? Okay, because then you moved to it. Was this a top and bottom tick? A top and a bottom tick is a quick move in one direction. Okay, just a quick move and then immediately rejection. Why does this rejection happen? Okay, like you gotta understand order flow to understand why this rejection happens. This rejection happens because price goes up there and doesn't find any buyers anymore. Okay, so it tries to go up, but nobody is willing to lift his limit, his bid. Okay, so if price goes up and nobody is willing to lift to move the limit buy orders higher, it only takes like 10 sellers, for example, and it falls back down. Okay, So you don't see any volume trade up there. So it goes really quick up. Sellers immediately come in, push this down, and there are no buyers willing to transact up there, okay? So this means this is fast, okay? That's why speed is so important. Like, people are only looking at candlestick charts, like, on closes especially. Like, if you're only a guy who looks at closed candlestick charts, like, I don't know how you can trade profitable, honestly. Like, I don't, but if you can, like, heads to you. But it kind of like, at least I want to see, like, you know, bam, okay, like, bam, that's such a different story. And if you're just looking at the close, you don't see that, okay, basically. So anyway, so that's still good. Like, volume trading up here is still good.
So it's good, like volume is shifting higher, so kind of this means we're accepting these prices. We do have a big seller sitting in the 80s, but the buyers also keeps on absorbing it.
So basically, just what I just explained in an hour, in a nutshell again, in my live stream here. I'm still trying to hold it.
Kind of really need this to break 80 now.
And now I kind of want to see this break 80 though. Like, I don't see any more buyers here willing to hit above 80, okay? Ain't really much. And the bid's also no longer very strong. So at this point, it really needs to break 80. I think you hear me write it right now in the Discord, like, it needs to break 80 or now or I'm out of my NQ trade. So still, I'm trading the NQ here, looking very closely in the S. NQ is trying higher, but unless, if ES fails here, like, NQ won't have a chance to go, in my opinion. You see, like, every time we try to go higher, there's less and less buyers interested, okay? And now we kinda...
ES is failing here.
Yeah, now you kinda see ES fail, okay? So I'm closing my NQ trades here. Because ES, like, you see, like, each time, like, we go bid again, there no many buyer interested, okay? Then we go off for, like, pretty niche sell volume that clears the bid, okay? And then I just say, okay, I'm out of my NQ trade here. Don't really remember what happens next here, but now you do see some buyers come back in here, and yes, might went a little bit higher, not sure though. Now lots of sellers come in on the NQ as well. Don't know. We're trying 80 one more time here, I guess. But now the sellers are kind of like really coming in. Now you see lots of market selling as well. Also the NQ is just finally failing here. Also NQ is, that's also what I mean. Like, NQ was pushing high, NQ was strong, okay? We're at the crucial level on the S around 80, and now NQ starts failing, okay? Like, now, like, you see the first pullback on NQ, really, like, heavy selling actually on the NQ, okay? Like, pretty fast, clear 2-3 prices on my ladder, which is 4 or 6 points, okay? Without much back taking. So this kind of means now, like, probably, like, DS is ain't breaking 80, okay, if the NQ pulls back here as well. I'm still trying. So you can see here, ES is still hovering around just below 80, trying 80, okay. But NQ is kind of failing, okay. NQ finds a lot of sellers here. More seller on the NQ, okay. That's why I kind of like to have them on this tick compression, because then I can kind of see the stuff better, okay. Now ES is even trying one more time. Like, they are going completely opposite directions here. Yes, is still hovering below 80. And then Q is just falling here.
I'm waiting here. Waiting for a good setup.
No. I mean, the ES is just holding, just still like, now kind of lost 80, I guess, but still holding somewhat here. And Q is pulling back very deep. My exit wasn't. The exit was kind of nice here, but yeah.
Might re-enter the long on the but I'm kind of wait here, like.
Yeah, I think I'm not yes, like I kind of think like I might re-enter along here on the NQ, cause ES is just pretty solid holding here. Okay, like ES is kind of solid.
On the cues, but I'm gonna wait here for a second.
So I kind of want to wait here. I really need to see the ES kind of make up its mind here, if they want to hold it, because ES also like this could be, if you look volume consolidation, could either like reject here of this volume area and move higher, maybe to this low node here in the 83s, I guess, or 82, 80, 81, 82-ish. And just for a second leg up here would make sense. Can also fall through here and go for about bottom at this point, and the EQ is probably dropping, but yeah. The S is really holding solid here. The NQ is
Let's see.
is kind of falling like a stone here, basically. So now I see buyers come in on the S. Let's see if I execute on this.
Again here.
Now I really see a lot of buyers here coming on the ES. So the ES looks like it wants to hold here. Yeah, that's why along the Qs here. Okay. So again, like looking more on the ES side of things here. So ES kind of held here. Okay. So ES held here. Like we did see the buyers come in here on the ES. And therefore I kind of longed the Qs here. Okay. Don't know if I get stopped out or so. I have no clue. But now the buyers are back in here on the ES. Like they kind of want to defend this 70-80 area here, in my opinion. We did see somewhat of a top tick here into 78.25s here. So this looks good. So so unless here we break 78.25s here on the ES, unless we break 78.25s here on the ES, like this looks very good on the ES, and therefore should really like kind of drag the NQ for a second leg higher. So now we do see lots of buying on the ES, lots of buying, a very weak offer here. So also therefore I kind of like my NQ trade. Lots of buying here. Lots of buying through the 80, like look at the amount of buying here through 80. Still lots of buying, like lots of buying through the 80. So the NQ trade here was spot on.
I love this trade. Love this trade. Oh, I do have the wrong links up here. Like you can't even see anything. I've just not now you have the right one. Oh good.
Now we're going for the second leg that I was talking about. Yeah.
I just need to kind of make this a little smaller for you guys. Yes, so you can see everything here.
So you couldn't see my entire chart, so what I was looking at. So kind of adjusted something here.
You can see all my trades here.
So still lots of bikes, lots of volume in the highs at 80, okay. 80, 75 here. So again, this means value is shifting higher, which means price is accepted, which means price should go higher. Does it mean it will break 100% of the time? No, unfortunately not. Does it mean it break right now? No, can pull back, but at least it means like this price is kind of fair. So it really does look like it wants to break here. At least for a top tick, you never know. If you have an accumulation like this, you never know if it just top ticks it and reverses or if it just breaks and goes. So that's kind of, but you, either way, I wouldn't want to short this, okay? On a move higher and accumulation, I wouldn't want to short. I would only short it after I see this top tick, okay? So still looking closely here.
Kind of top ticked here, so that I don't like this that much.
So if I zoom in on the NQ trade now, so the S is still looking decent here, but the NQ unfortunately top ticked here, okay? Like you can't see it so well on my, that's why I also always pay close attention here to my chart and my price section. Because you do have this every 2 points only, so you don't see that top ticks on the NQ so clearly here on my DOM. But that's why I kind of don't like this trade so much, because the NQ just kind of basically top ticked here, which then again could bring the S down, okay? But I still want to wait because the S looks like it wants to accumulate here.
I want to give it though, like I want to give it like still a little bit more room.
But I want to give it a chance here, I guess, to break this, because I do think if the S breaks here clearly, this should drag the NQ higher.
But the S is kind of holding above 80.
I see it trying on the NQ, but kind of failing, I guess.
So I'm kind of like really looking more on the S here. Like I don't want to see the S lose the 80s here. So if the S kind of loses 80 here, I'm out of my Q's trade. But in general, like
you can hear me say it on stream here, I guess. What I'm thinking.
Last chance here for the S to hold the 80s. Like this needs to bottom tick those.
So I want to see, like here I want to see a bottom tick on the ES. So I want to see the S bottom tick and immediately reclaim, or I'm out of my NQ trade here.
Flat.
Okay, and then I went flat here because it didn't. It just fell through completely. Okay, it did trade volume into the low. So you see here 113 trades, 113 traded here all the way down. So I didn't like it, so I went flat on it. I think it did go higher than eventually, but it's just my style of trading and mismanagement. So I hope you got something out of this video. Like I really do hope you enjoyed it. So it's my last part of my order flow training, I guess. And I hope you like it. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask. I'll always respond. Join my Discord if you haven't. And yeah, comment if you use correlations and how you use them. Very curious about it. And see you guys in my next video. Peace.